you're making about consolidation, and this is going to be controversial, I'm just throwing out for an idea. But for example, our state was set up with all its counties back in the late 1800s. We have county seats in Belle Fourche, in Sturgis, in Lee. The same argument from state efficiency would be, why don't we have fewer counties and combine all the services? We have computers that do all this stuff. You don't have to be within the day of the county seat, take a whole day to get there. But I'll tell you what would happen with that. There'd be wholesale, you think there'd be blood about the other because people don't want change.
Right.
No, it's an NIMBY attitude. My backyard, everyone else.
Yeah, we want everybody else to do it, but not us kind of thing. I mean, so there's a lot of efficiencies to be done. I think the real issue back to education is we've got to change the culture of our state in terms of the importance of education. The attitude that our students are important, that our teachers who educate our students are important. And I found it interesting a while ago when you were talking about when the economy grows, all ships rise. Okay, so we rise back to still being 51st in the state, in the country in education, in terms of what we're supporting, in terms of, we need to change the whole philosophy of that. I personally don't see the problem with the penny sales tax going towards education when part of it, at least in the summertime, is paid by the one thing that we have, at least in this part of the state, and that's the tourists coming. We may not have the resources Wyoming and some of the other places do, but we've got to make education the priority and figure out how to fund it instead of, well, we'll just wait till the economy returns, and then someday, because of these cycles, the economy will go down the drain again, and it will cut education again. We need consistency in our education system so that we can educate the students to stay here. A lot of our best students graduate, they come to the university, and they leave South Dakota because they can go somewhere else. We've got to get out of the cycle of that. And to me, the only answer to that is we've got to change the cultural attitude about the importance of education in the state.
Okay, let me respond briefly because I want to first correct you on a major flaw in one of your statements. So we are 51st in education. That is 100% wrong. We are consistently ranked in the top 5.
In the amount of money we support for education.
Listen quietly. I listen quietly, please. We consistently rank in the top 5 in our education test scores in the state. We rank 51st in teachers' pay. Teachers' salaries are determined by local school boards, not by the state. We determine local funding. The last time I looked, we weren't even close to dead last. Granted, last time I got the numbers, we were ranked something like 35th in total funding per student. That was a number of years ago, and when you consider what the states have been going through, like California, who have been making wholesale cuts because they had government that was out of control. Now they are paying equivalent. South Dakota's positioned itself where they aren't making those dramatic cuts. And I would expect that our numbers are going up as far as funding. But to say that we're dead last in education, that we have not invested in education, that it's not a priority, is just simply false. There is, education funding is the first topic of conversation in session. It is the last topic of conversation.